With this story, and just coming into us here, Mexico's foreign minister says that he's asked Bolivia's foreign minister to guarantee safe passage out of the country for Evo Morales. We'll keep you across that story. Not exactly confirming that Morales is asking for sanctuary in Mexico, but certainly Mexico showing concern for the safety of Evo Morales, if we're to believe the words as they are written. Let's get some analysis. Michael CAMILLERI is the Rule of Law Director at the Inter-American Dialogue, joining us now live. Michael, speaking to you. In your opinion, is this a coup or is this not a coup? What do you think?
I think it's too early to call it a coup. Evo Morales clearly created this predicament for himself by violating the Constitution and then orchestrating what appears to be a fraudulent election. The people of Bolivia reacted to that. They took to the streets for weeks to try to defend their democracy. But at the end of the day, it was the military that gave Morales, it appears, the final push. So we're still waiting for all the facts to come out on that. We're waiting to see how the military conducts itself going forward. This is not great, obviously, in terms of the military's role in this. But I think it's too early to call it a coup.
Constitutionally, there's no doubt that Morales did overstep in trying to hold on to power. Is there some way to understand behind that? He was seeking the best for the country or seeking the best for himself? What do you think?
In stepping down?
In trying to hold on to power?
Oh, clearly doing the best for himself. I think, Morales did a lot for Bolivia. He was, as was mentioned, the first indigenous president. Many Bolivians took a lot of pride in Morales assuming the presidency. He managed the economy of the country fairly effectively, helped bring a lot of people out of poverty. That was accompanied by a slow and steady concentration of power that created real concerns for the future of democracy in Bolivia. But if he had stepped down this year, as he had promised to do, I think he would have been remembered by history quite positively. Instead, he violated his pledge. He violated what the people of Bolivia decided in a constitutional referendum, and really orchestrated his own reelection to the point, it appears, of even holding this fraudulent election. So I think it's hard to understand that as anything other than a self-interested act.
Indeed. Morales calling for new elections, saying there's going to be new elections. That sounds very hollow as a cry right now, doesn't it? There are reports of clashes on the streets, his supporters setting up barricades, setting them on fire, creating havoc and mayhem there. Is the danger amongst all of this that, say, for instance, there could be a push towards the far right, a rise of those kind of powers?
That's certainly one danger. You do have, I think, in the main opposition candidate, Carlos Mesa, somebody who's a little more centrist, but Mr. Camacho in Santa Cruz is more of a firebrand, kind of right-wing opposition leader, and he's, I think, gathered a lot of momentum over the last few weeks. So there is an element of this which is driven by a sense of kind of vengeance and potential witch hunt, which is the last thing the country needs. Bolivia needs to focus on finding its way to an institutional, constitutional, peaceful, and swift democratic transition towards fresh, free, and fair elections. That's the pathway that everybody should be focused on, and one extreme or the other is not the way to get there.
Michael CAMILLERI of the Inter-American Dialogue, Rule of Law Director, thank you very much, sir, for your time and your analysis of the situation in Bolivia. Thank you.